is Wendy Historian, and apparently today we are talking about where we are. It seems like the circus is back in town. If somehow you missed it, we got a new One Direction song today. I woke up this morning, the group chat was going nuts. I had about like 1,000 messages waiting for me. Everyone was like, oh my God, there's a new One Direction song. And I was like, have to hear it immediately. Click on the link, and I'm listening to it and I'm like, I've heard this song before. Did some digging around, and actually a very short snippet of this did leave in April. So if you, like me, were sitting there thinking, I know this song, this is not new. It is new in the sense that we now have the entire song. The time to freak out is now. Us leaking unreleased One Direction songs is nothing new. And I think it's more or less common knowledge that One Direction must have a trove of unreleased songs and demos somewhere, because that's how album building works. And we've all spent years dreaming of leaking more unreleased One Direction songs, like the song in the intro video to the Where We Are tour, which we still have never heard. What about the song Man on a Mission that Liam has a tattoo of the lyrics of? That means that there are completed high-quality 1D tracks out there, and probably demos galore. Like about a month after we were all clowning about the possibilities surrounding the 10-year reunion, Half the World Away leaked. This was a demo of a One Direction song recorded in just Harry's voice. Similarly, last spring there was a gargantuan leak of Harry-centric materials that included alleged 1D tracks Hunger, Already Home, Trouble, and Without You. But again, these were all demos just recorded in Harry's voice. Meaning that if real, Where We Are is the first time in One Direction history that we have gotten an unreleased song leak at fully produced, full-length, all 5 boys singing. Yes, if real, let's get the elephant out of the room here. AI has gotten really good. Extremely good. Scary good. There's certainly a healthy amount of skepticism involved here as to whether or not this song is legitimate, and I think that skepticism is warranted in this case. Especially because I think everybody at this point knows how fast something can gain traction once the One Direction fandom is involved. It would be so easy to just make an AI version of a 1D song and go, oh look, it's One Direction. In fact, there was an alleged unreleased 1D song called Love With You recently, but I had doubt as to its legitimacy, and I strongly suspected it was an AI thing. A lot of people seem very convinced that Where We Are is the real deal. Can it be trusted? I looked into it a little bit, and the fandom wiki credited the leak user PCD Production. Well, PCD Productions commented on my last video, which made me very curious as to who and what they were. I was actually able to trace the April leak of this song back to them. As well as track down a link to the Discord channel where they were attempting to put together a group buy for the full version of this song. It seems bizarre, but it also seems legit. Also, can I just say how hilarious it is to me that they were trying to sell an unreleased One Direction song, but no one was buying, so they had to discount it? But what's important is that we have it, and I love it. And I know I said just yesterday that I am not clowning anymore, but friends, I'm ready to clown again. If I have to see one more comment talking about how the new One Direction song was rejected from the 4 album, I will lose my mind! Because there is no way Where We Are was a 4 song. When the song came out last week, I saw it labeled as a 4 track from 2014, and I was excited. And then confused. Because the vocals sound young. Way too young for 4. Does this sound like 4 Louis to you?
Makes it harder to see underneath.
Absolutely not. And the instrumentation? Does this sound like 4's brand of alt-pop with folk rock influence? Or does it sound like the love child of Strong Right Now and Nobody Compares? It's not from 4! So why do so many people think it's from 4? They're just misunderstanding the timeline. The song shares its title of Where We Are with One Direction's 2014 world tour of the same name, and the 4 album also came out in 2014. But you know when the tour was announced by name? 2013! Several months before One Direction even named the album that the tour was for, which was Midnight Memories. In fact, the tour shared its name with the autobiography that One Direction announced in March of 2013. Now, One Direction is a music group, not a book group. So the logical conclusion is the song came first, and was far enough into production by March of 2013 that the band subscribed significance to its title. Additionally, Where We Are's registration information was recently discovered on APRA. The other song Ryan Tedder wrote for One Direction was also on Midnight Memories. So all of the other important things named Where We Are were created in 2013 leading up to the Midnight Memories album, not 4. And it makes no sense to think that a very poppy song with very young sounding vocals and a 2013 name was ever intended for the more mature sounding 4 a year and a half later.